College of Arts, and we're really excited to see you. We're really excited to welcome you to campus. And I can honestly say that at this point in your career, you probably don't know exactly what the College of Arts is. We're two faculties, one in the humanities, one in the social sciences, but we collaborate, we work together on a regular basis. And this first semester, you'll start to see the connections. What you're really excited about, or what I'm really excited about, I should say, today, is you get to meet this amazing group of faculty, and there's 100 more amazing group of faculty behind them, but these are the folks that are brave and have decided to come out and welcome you and tell you a little bit about what they do in their individual disciplines. So I'm going to start by welcoming Noah, and everyone will introduce themselves as they go along.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Noah Schwartz.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Jessica Price, and we're both in the political science department here.
So this may come as a surprise to you, but political science is more than just the study of Donald Trump. Political science is the study of power. And power is something that we all experience in our everyday lives, although for many of us, younger people, it's probably more of a sense of powerlessness, right? What's going to happen to the environment? Am I ever going to be able to own a home? Is this really the direction that Canada should be going in? This sense of powerlessness is made worse because we don't understand how the decisions around us that impact our lives are being made. And this is exactly what political science is designed to do, to teach you how those decisions are being made and how you can influence them using your voice.
Political science doesn't just study what politicians do. We're concerned with what ordinary people do too, with social movements, with Indigenous people's politics, and with things that happen not just in Canada, but around the world. So what's going on in Europe right now? What's going on in Africa? What's going on in Latin America, which is a region that I study? Why do we have wars? All of these issues are issues that political science takes on. And we also look at different regime types. So what's it like being in a country that's a bit different than Canada, right? So some of you who are not from Canada, I'm from the US originally, have different experiences with immigration. That's something we'd look at too. So we're looking at power relations and how people gain power. We could think about political science, about who has power, why do they have it, and how can you gain some power yourself. And speaking of being empowered, political science will give you tools to do things like write, to understand politics. Lots of students go on to law school, to work in all sorts of fields. We also have cool, fun opportunities, and one of those is we have a series of lectures called Polytalk. You can get involved in those and come to them. So I hope we can see you in our classes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Heather McAlpine from the English department. And so welcome. I wonder if any of you have ever wished that you could live, more than one life, or instead of choosing just one path, you could experience everything. If so, I invite you to study English. So we know that literature has the power to make us see, feel, and experience other lives, other times. And so in English, we're not just, reading books. We are encountering some of the most powerful works of art that were ever created. And it's through those works of art that we explore what it's like to be human, but also what it means to be human. So the way that the things that happen aren't just random events, but stories, with a deeper significance. So in our courses, you may encounter things like ancient myth, Indigenous storytelling, graphic novels, weird fiction, and poetry from the very beginnings of language, all the way up to the present day. You can also learn to wield the power and the possibilities of language, whether that's through creative writing or writing essays. You can use language as a tool to build the kind of world that you want to live in. So our department hosts an annual literary festival. In the fall, in the winter term, we bring in a major writer who gives one-on-one consultations with student writers. Our students run UFV's literary magazine, The Loudon Single Tree, and our Students Association hosts fun events all year long. Now, career-wise, when we're asked where can English take us, We can honestly answer anywhere. Our graduates show that it's a great first step on any career path, education, entertainment, law, and more. So join us and write your own story. Thanks.
Hello, and welcome to UFV. So I'm wondering, probably you have asked yourself, like, how much money do I have today? You check your wallet. Probably some of you have $20, some of you have $5. Well, in my case, I think I may have. I have some hundreds here. There's like 50. So in other words, some of us have money in our wallets, and some of us don't. So this is kind of the inequality that we're facing as a society at the moment. There are people who don't have, and there are those that have. In economics, you'll understand why this is happening. Okay? My name is Dr. Michael Batu, and I'm an economist here at UFV with the Department of Economics. With an economics degree, you would be able to understand how this is, or why this is happening in our economy. Why is it that we have poor people? Why is it that we have rich people? And not only that, why is it that we have rich countries and there are poor countries? And why is it that poor countries ended up being poor forever? Is there a way for them to get out of it? So many of our graduates actually end up with very good labor market outcomes. The average salary of an economist is $85,000. Okay? And many of our graduates end up in government. They end up in the financial sector, in the private sector. Almost everywhere there is an economist. Economics will equip you with analytical and problem-solving skills, which will help you break down these complex problems that we face in our society. It provides you with a lens through which you can better understand and navigate the complexities of the modern world. In other words, economics here at UFB is going to be fun. It's not going to be the dry subject that you've learned in high school, probably because we have excellent teachers. We have excellent faculty who's going to deliver the material to you. You'll have a very good experience, whether you're an economics major or you're taking economics as an elective. I promise you'll have a great time. Thank you and welcome again to UFB.
Hello, everybody. And so have you ever thought if you could have dinner with anybody dead or all alive, who would it be? Ian, any thoughts?
Isn't it kind of obvious who I want to have dinner with based on what I'm trying to look like?
I could guesstimate a Luke Finnish character.
47 years ago, I wasn't a historian, I can tell you that much.
Awesome. So, speaking of people you would like to have dinner with or not, in history, you will be enjoying a lot of conversations about these potential dinners. And history itself comes from the Greek word historia, simply meaning story. And in history, we do that. We study stories about places, things, concepts, people in different times, from ancient Athens to modern Tokyo. We studied the history of sewers. We studied the history of weapons. We studied the histories of people. So quite a few things, not just facts and facts about dead people.
Yeah, I mean, in studying such stories, we analyze societies, cultures, and various groups around the world over time and place that are part of much larger processes of thinking and acting. And it's not just the study of random facts and dates, which often get conveyed, if you're taking history in high school sometimes. So you should probably know that my name is Ian Roxburgh-Smith. I'm a professor of history. I focus on Canadian and American history especially.
Yeah, and I'm Alex Jovanovic. I focus on ancient and medieval Mediterranean, if it wasn't obvious as is.
And we really have a lot to offer you in terms of our program, a lot of engagement opportunities. We have an association of history students, as well as a trivia night that we regularly try to organize with students. We often promote opportunities in local archives and museums, as well as libraries. Lots of our students go on to teach as well in the public schools.
And come and study history through time and space and cover the world from ancient Egypt to modern US and indigenous history. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I am not talking about history. I'm talking about the modern, contemporary world in which you live. And I'm just curious, thinking about your own lives, how many people think they get to make up their own minds about things and never have to worry about what everybody else thinks? Oh, none of you? Awesome. You're already a sociologist, then. That's perfect. Okay, so in sociology, first of all, my name is Chantal Marler. In sociology, what we do is we think about how everything is interconnected, right? How individual people are shaped by the social world in which we live, and how individual people are shaping the social world in which we live. And so that means we study all sorts of stuff. We study everything that goes from individuals interacting with other individuals all the way up to like global scale kind of stuff and everything in between. So like healthcare systems, education systems, governance. Oh, still one from political science, or at least one from us. I don't know which. Economics. We also study like how things are shaping things through economics. Sorry, Michael, taking it all from you guys. So sociology is a really broad scale look at everything, and it allows you to study a large range of things. And in our program, you have the opportunity to look at all sorts of stuff as well. So I encourage you to come on out. You also learn how to do research methods. That means you can learn, develop knowledge, and you can use that skill for selling it to other people when you go for jobs. So that's all I have to say. Have an awesome year.
Hey everyone, my name is Dr. Candace Kaus, and I'm really happy to be here, happy to see you here, be with you here. I'm coming in from visual arts, and I feel like visual arts is always a really easy one to sell, but I guess I'll still do the dance and sell you the thing. So visual arts is this really great place where you can take your experiential knowledge, so that means your very individual, very personal lived experiences that come from things that have happened to you, the ways you've been positioned in society, the ways you identify yourself. And you have this opportunity to kind of rub that experiential knowledge against some of the biggest issues that are happening right now in the world. And you do that through art practice. And what's really great about art practice is it kind of creates an object in the world, and sometimes a non-object that other people can interact with and experience too. And these are the sort of moments that, create revolutions and cause change in the world. So it's a really powerful medium, working through the act of making art in the world. So I really enjoy what I do. I enjoy the department I'm working in. And for some of you who are going to be able to join me there, I think that you'll really enjoy it. And for some of you in other places, you might have the opportunity to dabble in my area as well through electives. And one of the great things about our department or program is that we have lots of opportunities for you to interact and engage with galleries and groups that are out in the communities, so that you can have opportunities to show your work, have your work seen, get job experience within gallery settings, and all kinds of things like that. We also have opportunities within the school as well, like the Interpret Festival, that you can engage with. So lots of fun ways to engage, fun ways to express yourself and get your work out there. Thanks very much.
Okay, hi friends. Y'all like music? Yeah. Anybody catch Beyonce's tour this summer? Anybody here lucky enough to see that? Ah, yeah, excellent. What a show, right? How about the Ed Sheeran show last week, the sing-along? Any of you get to attend that? Oh, I didn't get to go to that, but it looked amazing. And how about Swifties? Any Swifties here? Get to see Taylor this summer? Oh, lucky duck. Do you think Taylor Swift, Ed Sheeran, Beyonce, are any of them just a singer? No. They are singers, dancers, musicians. They are entertainers. They are public speakers. They are excellent at marketing. They are incredibly creative. They have all of these pieces to themselves that make them who they are, but none of them are one thing. None of you are one thing. They are stars in their own right. Each and every one of you is a star in your own right. I'm Hannah Solinsky, and I'm from Arts and Integrated Studies, or AIS. Now, what I hope you're thinking is, oh, yeah, AIS. But what I really know you're thinking is, what the heck is AIS? We house the Bachelor of Integrated Studies and the General Studies Diploma. These are opportunities for each and every one of you to take advantage of all of the incredible people that you are being introduced today, all the disciplines to choose your own adventure, mark your own course, and decide what you want to be and how you want to be that. We're here to see your star rise. And believe it or not, Every one of us is here to see your star rise. I'm so excited for the journey you are embarking on. I cannot wait to see each and every one of you in the halls, in the classes, on the concourse. Come and see us later. Arts and Integrated Studies. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Hey folks, I'm Dr. Anna Cook from Philosophy. Now, it's likely that you haven't taken a philosophy class yet. I mean, I know I didn't have philosophy in high school. And so I'm just going to tell you a bit kind of what we do in philosophy, the kinds of skills that we gain, and why I personally think it's pretty cool. So philosophy means love of wisdom, which means that we are lovers of those big abstract questions that keep you up at night. What gives life meaning? What makes wrong actions wrong? What is the mind? What are our obligations to animals and plants? Now, these are philosophical questions which often don't have clear, straightforward answers. So, what do we do in a philosophy class? Now, in most classes, you come in with questions and you leave with answers. In philosophy classes, we often do the opposite. You come in with taken for granted assumptions about the world, like I'm pretty sure I'm here right now with you and not in a simulation. And you leave with more kind of nuanced understandings of these questions. Well, how would I know? How could I tell the difference, actually? What do I also want to say? So we develop these critical skills to use logic and reason to solve problems and develop a critical eye to spot bad reasoning, which is one of the reasons why our students actually do really well on the LSAT. But it's also really fun. We get to spend a lot of time taking seriously those questions that keep you up at night. What makes something fair? What is gender? Do we have free will? We get to be in philosophy classes that little kid that keeps asking why, but why, but why? So we hope to see you in class or at our monthly philosophy cafe events, or also participate in our Student Association UFV Phil events. Thanks so much.
Okay, at this point, you're probably all like, when will this end? Yeah? I am going to talk to you about anthropology. I'm Kezia Wallace from the anthropology program. First thing I'm going to tell you is if you have an idea about anthropology, it's probably wrong, right? There's so many bad representations of it. It's not Indiana Jones. It's not Temperance Brennan from Bones, right? At UFV, we do sociocultural anthropology, which basically means we think about what contemporary people do, think, and say. I like to think of it as we are philosophy with people in it. So those big questions that Anna just talked about, we kind of look at those same questions, but we look at them and go, okay, but why do people over here answer it differently to people over there? Is cannibalism bad? Right? If it is, why is it that maybe in Canada we go, ooh, but the Wari in Brazil mourn the fact that they can't practice it anymore and think that burying their dead in the ground is absolutely heartbreaking. Right? So in anthropology, we try to understand why people turn out the beautiful, wonderful, different ways that they do, but also to challenge ourselves to be better, to think better, to realize that we come into this world and we act in the way on the basis of a set of assumptions, and that not everyone shares those assumptions. And the more that we can be aware of how our culture shapes ourselves, the more we can open ourselves to the diversity of others. And that's really what we try to do in anthropology, is to think about the how and the why and the where and the when, and really to try and understand who we are and why we act and think in the way that we do. So why are you here? Why am I standing here? This is not necessarily the way this would work. This is the third country I've taught university in. This is the first time I've stood up and done this, right? These things that we take for granted are different. And that's kind of cool. And it's also kind of cool to take those and rethink what you still think is the best way. So, if I see you, I see you. If I don't, have an awesome year and make the most of your time.
Hey, Soel, and welcome, everyone. Do you dream of making your world a better place? My name is Nicola Mooney, and I'm here to tell you about how you can turn this dream into a reality in the School of Social Justice and Global Stewardship, or what we call SOJUST for short. We offer a number of programs in the College of Arts, including majors and minors in Global Development Studies, or what we call GDS, Indigenous Studies, and Peace and Conflict Studies, which we call PACS. We also offer a minor in Latin American Studies and certificates in Indo-Canadian Studies and Diaspora Studies. All of our programs are active in social justice work in its many dimensions. whether that's peace building, reconciliation, decolonization, environmental justice, stewardship, bringing about much needed positive social and environmental transformation on campus and in the community. Each of the SOJUS programs is interdisciplinary, which you just heard a little bit about, which means that you take courses in your program area as well as from a number of other areas in the College of Arts, such as anthropology, geography, history, and so on. A highlight of our majors is the opportunity to do a community-based practicum or work experience and to make this a feature of your degree in GDS, Indigenous Studies, or PACS. SOJUS programs and courses will help you to understand your world with more clarity and depth, and will prepare you for making a meaningful social impact when you graduate, whether you're working with community, governmental, or non-governmental organizations in Canada or overseas. At SOJUST, we see ourselves as change makers, strongly committed to improving our world. If you want to decolonize our society, put social justice and sustainability into action, and transform our world for the better, then SOJUST is for you.
Hi everybody, I'm Alan Cameron. I'm the head of the UFV's Modern Languages Institute, where we teach 8 languages. We have French, German, Halkomelem, Japanese, Mandarin, Punjabi, Russian, and Spanish. And courtesy of Fluent U and David Letterman, I'm going to give you the top 10 reasons for studying a language at UFV. Number 10, it fulfills the second language requirement for the UFV BA and looks great on your CV. If you pursue a language, you can get a proficiency certificate, a minor, or even a major. A second language increases your job opportunities and salary potential and makes you more marketable. Number 9, learning a second language improves your English and communication skills as well because it requires you to take an analytical approach to language structure and sound. Number 8, as the movement toward globalization gallops ahead, a second language is of special benefit because more and more people will speak more and more languages. Number 7, learning a second language improves cognitive functions, aids memory, and enhances your abilities to multitask. Number 6, if you already speak a second language, you can get advanced placement and credit at UFV. Number 5, second language study provides an inside track to develop your cultural knowledge where you can learn about music, sports, art, food, from other cultures. Number 4, at UFV, we make second language learning fun and exciting. We have small classes and seminars give you more personal attention. Number 3, a second language gives you an opportunity to communicate with someone on their level, one of the most human activities that you can do, and a chance to make friends from other cultures. Number 2, if you'd like to travel, a second language is of immense benefit. We offer students opportunities to study in other countries as well. And the top 10 reason for learning a second language at UFV is, when you're old like me, you won't get Alzheimer's. And so to conclude, I'd like you to give a bit of a support for Ukraine. As you can see, I'm wearing Ukrainian colors today. I teach Russian, but my politics are rather obvious here. And so I'd like to teach you 2 words. Glory to Ukraine. Please repeat after me. Slava. Slava. Ukraini. Ukraini. Slava Ukraini. Slava Ukraini. One more time. Slava Ukraini. Thank you. Дякую.
Hello everyone. My name is Marcel Casarini. I'm here representing the Media Arts Department. Maybe you don't know what media arts means. In a nutshell, digital art. Okay, so if you like computers, basically, that's a good, and art, that's a good choice for you. If you like games, video games, mobile games, that's a good choice for you. Animation, 2D and 3D animation, film, visual effects, virtual reality, augmented reality, and if you want to use AI, artificial intelligence, that's the place for you, okay? You're going to learn a little bit of Unreal Engine. That's a very important engine for game development. Maya for 3D and Photoshop, just to say a few, okay? So look for media courses when you're selecting your electives. Thank you.
wow, this was a long line. Hi everyone, my name is Ashad. I'm from the School of Communication. And if you ask me what communication is, I don't have an honest answer because I honestly think that communication is everything. But from a practical standpoint, communication is the way we send and receive information. Right? It involves listening, speaking, writing, observing, critical thinking, and empathy. So all of those things you will find in our communications courses. If I start listing all of the career opportunities that you will get access to if you take our courses, get our degrees, we'll be here for 20 minutes. But what I can say is that even by Canadian government, it is recognized that communication skills are in the top 3 priorities for your future employers. Okay? So how do you get those skills? You get them in foundational communication courses like Communications 125, Professional Communication for Academic and Workplace Audiences, or Communications 235, Public Speaking. Then you have an opportunity to combine all of those skills in specific grouping of courses to get your degrees, your programs in communication, like Associate Certificate, Communication Minor, or Communication Major, along with some other programs that are on their way, like Journalism Minor. Overall, if you want to know how to do things and how to talk to people and how to convince people, if you end up in one of my courses, I will teach you, drag you to the dark side, and I'll teach you, given proper resources and access to information, how to convince your peers that cannibalism is actually a good thing. Right? Possibilities are endless, and I hope to see you in our classes. Thank you.
It's great to see you here. Congratulations of making it to UFV. We're really excited, as you see, the whole host of us, that you're here at the College of Arts. My name is Shelley. I'm the director of the School of Creative Arts, which actually includes visual art, art history, media art, you heard of some of the other folks, and theater. And so we kind of decided to end this little thing before we open it up to the Q&A. And again, remind you, you have your question tickets in your bags if you want to grab those ahead of our Q&A session, which will be in just a minute, and write stuff there. But theater that we have here is, again, a really great opportunity, both if you want a major or minor, but also as an elective. Excuse me. As you can imagine, theater lets you do all of the exciting things that many of you who've been involved in theater, creative arts before get to do, but also an opportunity to really learn to communicate and be comfortable in your body. Right? To get to recognize, what's my body doing now? How is it reading to people around me? How do we better understand how we traverse space and how we're being, kind of how we represent ourselves and how we're being understood? Theater also has classes around what is performance, right? You heard my colleague Hannah before was talking about Taylor Swift and so on, right? What constitutes performance? Right now, we're also kind of performing a kind of, this is College of Arts at UFV, and you're kind of performing, this is me, my first day, right? So all of that, and those are part of that conversation. So please do check us out. If you look up School of Creative Arts here, you'll see all of the different creative arts programming and lots of elective offerings. So again, welcome. And now you get to ask us any questions you have.